Welcome back to more Tokyo Xtreme Races. So last time, we wrapped up our last night, taking on a few teams, including some very interesting ones in Cadex Cat and MUE. And yeah, this time, yeah, like I said, I'm thinking we're gonna try and maybe wrap up the rest of Rebirth of the Legends. So that should be interesting. We have a lot of work to do, and yeah, we want to start with another star here. So yeah. We want to take on the team here that's like down here. So yeah, now the problem is that yeah, we might need to make use of our delay service a little bit, so that yeah we can actually find everyone a bit easier. Because yeah, some of these guys might also try to go different places, which yeah that could cause a bit of problems. So yeah, some kind might be pretty useful in this spot I think. So yeah, so I can get to where I need to be. But first off, let's get a win streak going. And yeah, now we can get to see what the Super can do on the long run. Although yeah, we did definitely see it doing pretty good against Commander earlier, so yeah. So yeah, again, like I said, yeah, there's a lot of teams we could take on today, so yeah, let's give it a go. So, and again, I think no matter what happens today, yeah, we're gonna have a good day, I think. So yeah, let's take on Super Speed first. And yeah, she's the number 2 of this team, another star, so yeah. So another star, yeah, another super impressive base team, just like the Pleiades. And yeah, it's interesting that both of them are part of Rebirth of Legend because of that. But anyway, so yeah, again, last time, yeah, we fought a lot of we fought MOE, and that made me think about, Takus and cosplaying a little bit. Again, I'm not so sure if it's something again, the Taku thing is kind of interesting as again, I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be a very positive term, but again, it kind of feels like something that, people take in stride now. At least that's what I think, like again, like I said, this game kind of does make fun of them a lot though, it feels like, because, you got Gothic the My Lord, who mistakenly thought that Heretic Canopus was a girl when he was a dude, so yeah. So, got stuff like that, and they also act kind of strangely too, so yeah. But again, I don't know, it's interesting to think about at least, so... It's something interesting to think about at least, so yeah, again, that does make me think too, like, maybe it's something I want to do a bit more research on as well, Because to be fair, I actually don't know that much about Takus, to be honest, other than, what I've seen in, like, games and stuff, so yeah. So again, yeah, like I said, maybe I do more research, like I said. Anyway, as for the cosplaying thing, again, it's interesting as well, because, like, yeah, I don't know if I'd be very good at it, because I think the problem is I only like wearing comfortable clothes, so yeah. So having both a cosplay and comfortable clothes sounds difficult, so yeah. So yeah. But again, it does sound interesting because, you're kind of showing admiration for your favorite characters, which I think is the point, so yeah. Of a cosplay. And again, I like that because, there's a lot of characters I really like, so I don't mind showing my admiration by cosplaying and stuff, so yeah. Again, like I said, I don't know if it's something I would do, and again, I think, yeah, I wouldn't want to mess up my hair too much too, so it need to be a character I match the hairstyle with, so yeah. I guess one character that comes to mind is like Shiva from Bracious and 6. We have a pretty similar hairstyle. I think the only thing then is I need to get similar clothes to them then. Which again, I don't know if I would be able to wear, but yeah. There's something interesting to think about though. Like, it's an interesting form of expression, so yeah, that's kind of why I find it interesting. And again, yeah. Kind of also reminds me of, Desire as well, where they dress up with that Gothic style, so yeah. Anyway. So yeah, with that little topic done, because, I did talk, I probably should have mentioned it while we were playing MOE, but yeah, I didn't, so yeah. But anyway, you can also take on, Relic Guy number 1 again, so yeah. I'm not that scared of him, so yeah, let's take one. Yeah, he will give us 2 PPs, so it's definitely worth it, because again, I think I can take him. Just that, yeah, we'll need, oh, he's coming off. I say I could take him, and then, yeah, that happens, but anyway. Yeah, I don't really need nitrous for him. I'll power away from him. Just that, yeah, we'll overheat the engine, but then obviously just cool it back down afterwards, so yeah, it's fine. Anyway, so yeah, I kind of want to talk about why do I like driving as well. Again, I think I did do a video I talked about why I like in games, and I think that gives a good idea of why I like to drive as well in games. But yeah, I think the thing about racing games for me is that no other game gives you the same thrill of driving at very high speeds. So yeah, I mean that's another aspect of it. So yeah, like again, I think also it might have something to do with the fact that my other favorite genre is RPGs, and both are very different, although they can intersect. So yeah, so I think it's a perfect balance between the two genres. So yeah, I don't feel like buying anyone else. I think I'm just gonna go take it to Daikoku, and then I'm gonna take it to Daikoku so I can pull down the engine quicker. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Also begs the question why I'm not just throwing a full throttle, so let's just do that. And then yeah, we'll fight the team. This should be another member of another star, I believe. So yeah, or it's another one, the one team. So yeah, not around here because there probably are more of them. So yeah. Let's see. Are you from another star? The question is yes, it's Battle Scratch. So yeah, like I said, we'll head to the parking area and then we'll pull the engine down and then we'll wait for him and then we'll take him on. So yeah, I mean that sounds like a good plan. Yeah, like I said, yeah, I do think that my two favorite genres complement each other quite well. You got racing games where it's all about the thrill of the action, and then you got RPGs, which is more about opposite. Thinking about, character development and, mainly just, think about, characters, world building, all that. Although, again, this game does, do that as well as the thing. So, yeah. So, again, it's just, an aspect I do like. So, yeah. So, it's good to see it in, more types of games. So, yeah. So, again, it's interesting thing about, like, your two favorite parts of your genres, intersecting and stuff. That's kind of why my favorite games are kind of like my favorite games. So yeah. Anyway, so again, I guess I'll just turn around for him, get him here a little bit quicker. So yeah. So again, like I said, the thrill of driving is definitely, I think, the main thing because again, it just feels so good when you're in the zone. And you're driving really fast, you're going around the corners really fast too. It does make me wonder if I would enjoy, the futuristic race games that go even faster. But yeah, something like, this game, maybe the other TXR games, or Gran Turismo, those are the games that allow me to enter my flow state, I think. With RPGs, I think that's a little bit harder because, again, it's mainly just, you're thinking more than acting sometimes. So yeah, although there's definitely more action-based RPGs, and I do enjoy those from time to time as well. You need to think about both, and you can definitely... I never see myself maybe entering a flow state, especially if I'm completely on top of an action RPG like that, so yeah. So again, yeah, I mean that's another part of it, and of course, yeah, getting to drive, cars that I really like too, that also definitely helps, so yeah. So, and learning about them too, that's another thing I also like about racing games, not just driving cars. So yeah, because again, I still watch videos about cars because again I like learning. That's just the general thing about myself. So yeah, that's also why again I don't mind listening to random topics as well. Because again, it's cool to learn about things out of your. It can be very interesting about things like so because it makes you think about your own interests in different ways. That's another thing to consider too. Anyway, find another previous team leader. That's kind of funny. Because the Super could do it, so yeah, that's why I want to do it. It's keeping up even though he's using nitrous, so yeah, that's definitely very good. And the only problem with doing this is obviously engine overheating, but yeah, you can cool it down afterwards, so it's fine. And I think we're gonna get the win streak that I want anyway, so it's fine. So again, this night, yeah, this is definitely very ambitious. What I'm trying to do in this night. It's kind of like what I did in stage 1, where I took down all the teams at once, so yeah. Anyway. So yeah, we got a perfect bonus against him too. Yeah, probably upping that could be really good too, especially if you're going on the trap class, because then it's just like lots of free money. So yeah, so yeah, where's our next? Another star. It's the last person too, and he's quite down the road. So let's see how everything else is going. Say the Pleiades, they are also down the road, so that's good. So if you keep at this pace, then you might be able to catch them. Then yeah, they're on the Shinkanjo. They shouldn't lead the Shinkanjo. So yeah. Yeah, the main problem teams are, another star in the Pleiades, because Desire stays on the C1, and then Juicy Heaven and Cupidara stay on Shinkanjo, so yeah. So that should work out. This is going to work out pretty good, I think, so yeah. But anyway, again, I do need to keep up the pace a little bit, so I might need to, keep driving fast, so yeah. So let's try buying some more traffic cars. Anyway. So yeah. Again, I was talking about, learning about different interests and stuff, yeah. It's interesting. Again, normally I don't... Sometimes when I do, try to talk out of interest, again, I normally don't have much to say, because all I really use is my own, memory bank. I don't really, try to think outside the box of that, It's like when, let's say someone discusses to me about, pianos, I don't know. I know my friend, I know but my friends talk about things that, I'm not super knowledgeable about. So yeah, I mean, I mentioned pianos, but actually, no, pianos actually works perfectly for this, because, the thing about pianos is I used to play on a piano, but that's really all I got. I don't really know much else about pianos. So then, all I can really talk about then is my own personal experience from my memory bank. That's kind of how it works. So yeah, they're kind of decoding how my mind works right now, which is kind of weird anyway. I get the nice long run bonus, yeah, with the 10 bonus up, yeah, that gives a lot. So yeah, it's really cool to get that maxed out and then, just keep getting those technicals, so yeah. There's just a lot of satisfying things about the factory in this game. That's probably something I should talk about too, so yeah. Anyway, a little walk, yeah, gotta be a little careful around them, as I learned another time, so yeah. Let's take on the move here. For being gold, the Daihatsu move, it doesn't move very fast, does it, anyway? Yeah, some of the K-cars have some very weird names, that's the thing, sure. Doesn't really wonder what that's about, anyway. Yeah, back to talking about, driving and stuff. Again, like I said, yeah. Again, with cars being my autistic interest too, again, that makes sense why I would, seek a lot of racing games at a young age too, so yeah. So there's also that. Again, I don't know how common that is, because I know Sonic, Thomas Tank Engine, that's normally, associated with autistic interests. For me, it's cars, so yeah. And then, later on in life, my other interests too, like how playing all sorts of RPGs. I guess that would also count, but I don't know, there's something, it feels different, is the thing. My interest in cars felt so different from, my interest in cars felt so different from my interest in games nowadays, so yeah. And again, that probably just has some of I think maybe all that has to do with is the fact that, I'm grown up now, and before then I was still developing, so yeah. That's another interesting thing, but again, it would be interesting to talk more about me being autistic, but again, that's more of a personal thing, so I kind of only want to do that in a personal space, so yeah. Probably not in a video. But again, who knows, maybe I'll change my opinion, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, here's the team leader, Loose Speed. And yeah, he was a team leader before from another Stars, so yeah, from past games I should be saying, so it kind of makes sense he's part of Rebirth the Legend. And he wants to keep it on Hyundai line, which is perfect for me, so let's keep it. And he's a team leader, so let's use that nitrous a little bit. And he drives the new WRX, well, new WRX, because there's a newer WRX in this game. Yeah, that was a bit of a tongue twister, but anyway. Yeah, the interesting thing is that the newer WRXs do not pull in pretzels anymore, which I find kind of interesting. And there we go. Good stuff. So yeah, I guess, again, we are just at the parking area, so And it should be a member of the Pleiades, so... Damn, I missed it. So let's go. And let's get a little bit of a refresher here. And we'll stop the recent choreographer. Alright, do I want better tires? You know what, let's get better tires. Because we are about to go back onto the I'm about to go back onto the C1 and the Shinkanjo, so yeah, so another star's done, that's good, and we're going to be working on the Pleiades. So again, how are they looking? So yeah, up there, and then we've got third eye over here, so yeah, let's take one. I think I need to just enter the pause, so there you go. So I think, yeah, the main problem is going to be, actually, will it be a problem? They'll either do that at the very end, because yeah, will he like go a random direction I'm not expecting? Hopefully he won't. However, is that yeah, he'll just go back on top on God for the Shinkanjo or the Sakura route, so yeah. That is hope, and yeah, he's right there, so yeah, and he stopped because of me, so yeah. Yeah, it's really cool third eye because again, we had a pretty good look at all the Empretzes. Because yeah, this is the bug eye Emprezza, and then yeah, we fought some of the blob eyes, and then we fought some of the hawk eyes too, so yeah. You kind of see where they get the name from. It's interesting because yeah, that's what the Super Empretzes look like, and then yeah, Fearful it kind of looked a bit ugly. So then what they did was they actually got the design for the McLaren F1 to come up with the blob eye design, which I think looks really cool. And then there's the Hawkeye design, and it got that name because again the headlights are very sharp, like a hawk. So yeah, I think that also looked pretty cool. I like all the Empretzes to be honest, all the generations. Although to be fair, I feel like I don't try the bug eye as much as the other two. So yeah, at least that's how it feels like. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, what other reasons why do I like driving? So yeah. Again, like I said, I think it kind of relates to something I mentioned last time. Again, I can't actually drive in real life, and I don't know if I ever will. Again, I guess another reason why is it kind of feels like getting a driving license is just way too difficult, especially in a country where public transport is actually kind of good. So yeah, and I use public transport to get to work too. So yeah, it's not like I need a car, you know. But again, it does mean that yeah, you know, I miss out on owning a car, which again, I feel like it isn't the same as it used to be as well, so that's another thing to consider as well. So yeah, so that's also a thing. We'll also take on Miracle Flamingo here as well. Because again, he gives the extra BP. You know, this BP is adding up, so yeah. And for example, yeah, take like buying the Toyota BB for example, we need that for a Wanderer. And you need the Toyota BB for a Wanderer, and that only costs 3 BP, so like, buying the Rivals again pays for itself, you know, so yeah. That's another thing I probably should be using my BP on, buying those cars we need for Wanderers, so yeah. So that's something I'll think about, because again, that probably is a good use for all this BP I've been, you know, obtaining, so yeah. Okay, I think that's something we might do at the end of this night, so yeah. Let's see, do I take on you? I think I will take on this Honda Beat. Hey, let's get that win streak up. So we can worry about, you know, max our money once again, so yeah. And yeah, we also have the garage, so technically yeah, I could also buy the cars that we need to, so yeah, I might think about that as well. But anyway, at the end of this part, so yeah, we'll probably want to do a bit of a flick through of the Wanderers, and then yeah, we can start thinking about that. Oh yeah, I won't take them on now. I'm thinking, yeah, we might, you know, dedicate like a part or two to take on the Wanderers at this point, some of the Wanderers at this point. Maybe just for we defeat the final boss, so yeah. Anyway, so are you a member of the Pleiades? Yes, you are. You're on the Eagle, so let's get you on. And you also drive the Bug Eye. So yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I think also another interesting thing when it comes to racing games too is the fact that yeah, one of the my favorite racing game YouTubers, he also doesn't drive, so yeah, I kinda, you know, find him a bit inspirational because of that, so yeah. There's definitely a lot of racing game YouTubers who do drive cars in real life though, so yeah, I feel like that's the most common thing, so yeah. That's the more common thing that happens, so yeah. Okay, that was Who was that actually? You're from Rising Storm. Did we take you on? Where's the next Pleiades member? He should go right. If he doesn't, I'll be very surprised. But yeah, let's see how Rising Storm's looking. Yeah, so this is the last guy before the last guy that calls the team this one, so let's take him on. So let's take on Flex Color, who drives an R33. Just like Turfwire, in fact it kind of looks similar to hers, so yeah. So yeah, let's sneak past you. Alrighty then, so yeah. So again, that's another interesting thing about it too, so yeah. I think that's mostly, and yeah, you got stuck on the Ginza pillars, so yeah. I'm wondering, what is that place that people get lost in for some? I feel like it was Ginza, so yeah, it's kind of funny that, yeah, Ginza's causing problems in this game too for some people. There you got like 3 people together, so that's funny. Yeah, we got the Machine Ranger dude, a Wanderer who is in that place, so we don't care about him. And we got Demon's Lair on the road, who, yeah, that's our last member of the Pleiades. So yeah, then we're gonna fight the team here, which means, yeah, we can't take on Curry Yellow, which is kind of unfortunate. But yeah. It's kind of interesting he's called that because, yeah, he's the Yellow Ranger of the group. And yeah, he likes to eat food, so yeah. And yeah, in that bios too, they have a catchphrase. The ones in the parking area, I think, mentioned the catchphrase. I can't remember if, I don't remember if that's the actual catchphrase or not, but I guess we'll find out later, so yeah. Anyway. I think it might be nice to take him on, because I think we're close to the team leader of Machine Rangers too, but again, our priority at the moment is these Rebirth the Legend Rivals, so yeah. Anyway, yeah, another team leader shows up. This is second place man, which is kind of funny. Yeah, I think he used to be the number 2 of the team, but now, yeah, he's the new team leader. So yeah, let's boost away from him. Should be good. Here's again, I still want a little bit more before our next parking area, so yeah. Yeah, I don't think we need to worry about the tires either, so yeah. Again, you can decrease the tire wear. It could be nice in long battles, but yeah, it's not like the most necessary thing in the world, so yeah. I think we did pass by someone from Strong Formation. Again, this guy could be multiple people in the battle, but we'll see. Let's take on all or nothing fullback. Because we're getting close to finishing. The engine is getting a bit hot though, so yeah. After this I might need to cool it down. Unless there's multiple people which again, that could be a problem. He also drives a Supra just like me. So yeah, let's take him. Yeah, I think for the next stage, that's when I'm gonna get the really weird topics, I think. I wouldn't say weird, because again, mainly what I'm doing is, yeah, I'm thinking about all the, like, car-related topics, and they don't have to be, like, super car-related, is the weird thing, because again, my interest in cars is actually quite expensive, so it kind of relates to other things too. Anyway, yeah, there wasn't another guy, so let's cool down the engine a little bit. Because yeah, we have someone from... Oh yeah, the cube arrows go the other way, don't they? Yeah, they do, so that's good to know. What about Juicy Oven? Yeah, they also go the other way, so... So this rival, I guess, doesn't matter as much. So yeah, what we need to do then is, yeah, we need to actually go back here then. So... and because we fought the Pleiades team here, yeah, we're a little bit far off from that now, so yeah. Anyway, so you may notice too that, yeah, now Desire is put as not cleared. So what we need to do to beat Rebirth of the Legend is we need to beat all the female teams now. So yeah, that's interesting. So we'll worry about Desire later when we're taking on Rolling Girls probably, so yeah, I think that's going to be the plan. So yeah, that's going to be our job, because yeah, if we do that, then I believe we end the night, so yeah. But yeah, we'll take on whoever this is though. Yeah, so hopefully they don't, again, the hope is they don't lead me to, the hope is that, yeah, they don't lead me to the, Wangan. if its battle takes too long. So yeah, offensive linesman. So how are we doing on strong formation? Let's see. So yeah, there's offensive linesman. So yeah, all of them on the mats. They shouldn't attack us all at once. So yeah, I think we'll be fine. Let's take one. I do like what their cards look like. They're very they definitely. I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if that's what their team colors look like. The the red and white. You can't really see that in game because again, all the portraits are black and white. So yeah, it's an interesting artistic choice. I don't know. I feel like it might be inspired by certain other games. They heal stay on Shinkantra, so it's no problem. So yeah. The problem is like picking up the engine, but we are about to go in Parker, and what we should do then is use Belay service to get onto the other side of Shinkantra so we can defeat all these female teams. So yeah. That's gonna be the plan. So yeah, I like how Desire doesn't count just because there's one dude who cross-dresses as a dude. Or girl, sorry, so yeah. So that's a thing. But anyway. So once again, let's cool it down a little bit. I don't think we should take out the this person here. You could also be the racing slump as too, and then yeah. Top player quarterback. Again, I think I'll save him for later. Is again we are heating out the engine, and yeah, we're about to we need to get in that parking area ASAP. So yeah. So I think we're just gonna drive quickly there. So yeah. So yeah, once again, yeah, money is looking a bit interesting. Like I said, yeah, after this spot, maybe I'll buy some cars for Wanderers. So yeah. Now we're starting to blink. Again, yeah, when the water temperature starts blinking, that causes the oil temperature, and then once they both go up, that's when once they both go dangerously high, that's when the carbon is safe point. So that's how that works. And yeah, let's confirm it. Once again, hey, legit tuner, sir. He also got rolling down number 5 go. We're having some fun, it seems. Yo, I'm DJ Go Nagashima, so there you go. And he's talking about his team Phasax too, we defeat a lot. Not always smile, I like always smile, you'll see why later. That car is really cool looking. And you got Air Assault in general, yeah, he's game development, so I guess I can see him getting along with Everly maybe, so yeah. Yeah, label looking guy there, talking about bad names again. We got Man Who Looks Bored. I once saw someone called Rolling Guy number 7, he's trying to train apparently, so yeah, to get that you need a Rolling Guy sticker on your trainer. So yeah. Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna just do this. Again, this could cause... I don't feel like it'll cause any problems there, but again, we are definitely spending a lot is the thing. So yeah, who's this? Yeah, that's a Juicy Own person. And the other one's down there, so yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Because I think I want to take on Cupidarius last. Although I don't think it matters. I think we can take on Juicy Heaven last, but it will make more sense. Let's just say if I take on Juicy Heaven first, Cupidarius last. So yeah. Alright, let's see Rainbow Domino here. And Sakami Sumarasa. Yeah, then all the most strong relation, right? Yeah, you're probably gonna get you're gonna run out of food with that happening there. You're really strong. I gave it a cool line, but I get a chance to use it. Oh, I know. How did I come with a catchphrase for you? You say you don't need it? Really? Yeah, we don't really talk that much is the thing, so yeah. Yeah, he's called Moppo Senpai because of the Moppo eggplant that you mentioned there, so yeah. That's in his bio too, I remember that as well. Yeah, I ran this game pretty decent. Then again, it would be pretty bad if I didn't, considering I did beat it just before I started this playthrough, so yeah. Anyway. Yeah, we already made a lot of progress this stage too. Like, yeah, who knows, maybe next weekend I'll be able to, when I record obviously, that's obviously my recording schedule, how it works. I wonder if I can actually beat stage 2. Again, we'll see. There's still quite a lot of teams left though is the thing, so yeah. So let's take on Seductive Aquaman from Juicy Heaven. I think, yeah, this team has a preference for the Nissan Z cards, so yeah. Yes, we learned that, yeah, the team leader uses her Z33 Belly set. Yeah, it's an this Z card's interesting because in Japan they're called Belly sets, which is interesting, but overseas they are called 350 sets, for example. So yeah, they use numbers instead, which I find kind of interesting. So yeah, I guess they thought that, you know, Fair Lady doesn't sound masculine enough. So yeah, so maybe that's why. I'm not so sure. Anyway. Once again, yeah, the Nissan Z cards are quite important when it comes to football sports cars, starting with the very first 240 sets, so yeah. Anyway, some from Cupid Arrows, so yeah. This one is behind us, so it actually kind of works out kind of well, so yeah. Let's take on 24-6 Heartbreaker. I'm not so sure how you would pronounce the numbers there. I guess 246 would make more sense, so yeah. Yeah, so you think it'd be 24/7 Heartbreaker, but apparently that's not the name, so yeah. Anyway, so pulling away good. Let's take on this corner here. Did change the tires, so yeah, no need to worry there. There we go. So once again, yeah, we want to keep it on Shinkancho. Next member Juicy Heaven will cause the team leader spawn, so that's something to consider. So yeah. Says that. What else does it say too? So yeah. I think, yeah, I guess another thing about cars too is I do like researching them too as well. Again, yeah, like I mentioned before, yeah, I like researching all sorts of things, so yeah. I think how I did it though was kind of interesting because, yeah, I also read car magazines a lot. You know, just looking through, seeing what all the new cars are coming out are, and then, you know, researching the ones I was really interested in, so yeah. I remember I did like a presentation about a Noble I really liked. I think it's the Noble M600, I think it's what it's called, because yeah, I really like that car. That car was really cool. I want to do a lot of research on it. So this is a dude from Danji, actually. So that's the last sister from Choosing then. Up the road, that's good. So you're, yeah, within that, please. So yeah, we don't care about you. So this was on Danji, yeah. Danji still has a lot of members left, so... Bombador, that's fine. He drives an R32. So let's take him on. Pretty cool looking R32 thing, and I can recognize the fact that, yeah, he's using the same livery that I used on the Swiss, so yeah, that's kind of funny. Anyway, so let's get away from this. So yeah, like I said, I did read a lot of car magazines back in the day. Again, those are the car magazines I was more interested in rather than game magazines, which is kind of funny, so yeah. I think I felt like, yeah, they gave more interesting information, so yeah. That's kind of why I went with those instead, so yeah. And we're gonna have another long win streak this night, so yeah. So once again, we're gonna have another very successful night today. Yes, again, things seem like they're going so again, we'll see. Again, I think it is partly because, yeah, we are using a stage 2 car in stage 2. I think some of the challenge is when you're not using a stage 2 car in stage 2, so yeah. So I feel like that's one reason why. Also, you know, the fact that, you know, I know a lot about this game too, that probably helps a little bit too. Let's take on Higher Taste Tree Leaf Monkey now, which could be a bad thing because, again, I probably want to go to the parking area, but that's okay. The only reason why I want to is to cool down the entrance, so yeah. So yeah, definitely not going to be in 4. Again, that's one reason to have, you know, center of attention. You can beat these guys quickly so you can go to the park areas like I want to, so yeah. Of course, you can always, you know, turn around too. That's quicker, but yeah, I think, yeah, just coasting at this point. We'll get to, Juicy Heaven and its team leader in a little bit, so yeah. So yeah, let's reconfirm again. Let's just make sure this is going correctly. So yeah, both only have one team member left. That one's there, and then you're there, so yeah. That's good to know. And we have full bore nitrous of both of them, so that's awesome. And again, yeah, we could also take on like Master Blizzard Day. We're actually not going to take on any Wondrous Day, it seems, so that's fine, I guess. Again, like I said, yeah, let's keep it cool. So yeah. I remember there's another weird thing about me reading car magazines. I think, yeah, I had a tutor, and then, yeah, one of the things they got me to do to improve my English is read a piece of a car magazine, basically. That was kind of interesting, so yeah. I guess one kind of weird thing is that, yeah, English is definitely not one of my best subjects. Maths is a lot better for me, so yeah. Which I guess makes sense nowadays because, you know, I play games a lot. Having that mathematical knowledge does help a lot with those, so yeah. That's another interesting thing to think about, so yeah. But anyway. So let's take on you now. Beautiful Moonstone. Driving an RX-8. So yeah, I think, yeah, 2 of them use RX-8s and the other 2 use the pellet you said. Let's get that Jack Zurich going. And let's squeeze past. So yeah, we're gonna skip the parking area again because of the team leader, but I think that's fine. I am pretty fine with that, so yeah, but we are gonna need to use a nitrous for team leader most likely, so yeah, keep that in mind. And again, yeah, as you can probably tell, yeah, I mainly use nitrous to make the team leaders and the wanderers easier, so yeah. For the regular rivals, yeah, I only use it if I need to, so yeah. And of course, if you have acceleration at it, they can save you in a big pinch, so yeah. Anyway, here's a team leader. Tempting Amethyst. So yeah, let's take them on. Yeah, this really is like the girl power part, isn't it? So yeah. But yeah, I think after this night's already, we'll read all the bios and then we'll end. So yeah, I think that's gonna be the idea. No, not on the straight, so I'm gonna use the nitrous here to get away. So there we go. Save a little bit for the team leader or Cupid arrows, hopefully. I almost call it Cupid Heaven, so I almost mixed up the 2 team members there, so yeah. And there we go. Tempting Amethyst is going to be it. Giving us like 1 million for that, so yeah. Yeah, we're going to be pretty good on money now, so yeah. And funny enough, Cupid Arrows is going to be our last team, so yeah. And their team leader is... not there, that's where the team is going to be. They're down there, so yeah. And once again, let's cool down the intro a little bit. We get our 3rd long run bonus, giving us 420,000. So yeah, again, we're gonna be very good on the money, I think. So yeah, there's some other things I'm thinking of buying too with my BP as well. So I can think about that. So yeah, yes, again, we're doing quite good on the BP obviously. So yeah. Anyway, so you know, I think I'm gonna cut for getting to that last team member, so yeah, let me do that actually. Here's again, I'm mainly just going to be making sure the engine temperature's cooled down, so yeah, so I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, well on the way though, we got a member Danchi in the way. Steam Hill Tour. That's a name, alright. I can't remember Danchi Tour, I feel like they're like masculine dudes who want to, you know, find women in Tokyo. Yeah, that's kind of a weird motivation, but anyway. For some street races, but yeah. And yeah, they're an import tune transfer for this, so yeah. So yeah, we'll defeat him. I mean, again, he has a kind of interesting name. I feel like, yeah, where they live, there's like hot springs and stuff. I'm guessing that's why he has that name, so yeah. So he's gone, so not too long before. Oh wait, that's the team leader. Never mind. So I guess we'll take out another team today. Wild Satsuma Height. I should have definitely checked that, so yeah. Now I might not have enough nitrous for the last team leader, so yeah. That looks like the case, so yeah, it's gonna be, I mean, I could just go to my parking area and fill it, right? That's probably the smart thing to do, so yeah. He drives a BNR 34 as well, so yeah, once again, we're seeing a lot of them at this point because they're very decent cars, so yeah. And there we go, Danji's also defeated. Hopefully that doesn't end the night for some random reason. And the good thing is it didn't, so yeah, there we go. So like I said, yeah, I'm gonna play it a bit safe. I'm just gonna head to the Fargo. So let's see, how is Rise of New Generation now? So again, only one member of Tornado 90. Strong formation, all their team members are out and about. Machine Rangers. Yeah, we can take them on because yeah, we saw Coriel and this guy's out and about. And then yeah, M Connect. They're like going up the they're going up the one gun, so that's another thing to consider too. Alrighty, so yeah, like I said, the keep it I remember they're basically right in front of us, so I guess I can show who they are. But again, like I said, I'm just gonna drive to the parking area to cool the engine down and also get my nitrous back, so yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be taking on Blue Star, right? Yeah, one of the new team members, so yeah. So yeah, let me go to the parking area and then let's recharge. Anyway, in the parking area now, I thought this guy's dialogue was a bit interesting again. Apparently his nickname came from a novel movie with such a character, so yeah, that's interesting. Uncle Boy didn't really have much to say, so yeah, there you go. And you got Precious Polar Bear from Danji, so yeah, we'll be talking about them too. And then Gale Agu. And Togepi are also fair skin. Okay. That's a thing. So let's refill Nitro. We should be fine on tires. We only have one team member left, so yeah, that's it, of course. That's our target right there, so yeah, let's take them on. Hey, like I said, yeah, this is going to be quite a successful night. Did basically what I wanted to, and yeah, now, and then basically after this, we're going to have the bosses of Rebirth of the Legend, which means engine parts. So yeah, we're going to be looking very good. So yeah, it's a little bit dangerous to do something like this on such a narrow road, but that's okay. Yeah, I definitely want to take on that rival, so yeah. So let's head down here, we'll go past Danger in Red, and then after that should be, once again, our target. In Blue Star, so yeah. And like I said, she's one of the new team members, according to some dialogue in the parking areas. I should have done her a lot sooner, but it's okay. Alright then. Let's catch up to her and let's take her on. So yeah. Alrighty, and now with that, yeah, we have the team leader obviously, so yeah. Alright. And we have a full ball module, so I could definitely use it here because I probably don't need a full ball for the team leader, but that's okay. Yeah, I remember the AI can also doesn't like this part too much even in all the TXRs. Again, they are a bit smarter in this game, so yeah. They take corners a lot better, so they're actually kind of dangerous when it comes to corners. So the C1 isn't basically a guaranteed win like it was sometimes in all the TXRs, so yeah. Anyway, Blue Star's appeared. One more team leader for the night. We defeated like 5 teams today, I think, so that's pretty impressive. Here's the Enchanting White Fairy. Who drives a very nice looking Eclipse. I do like the livery on it. So let's go. The Eclipse is not a bad car from what I heard. Apparently it does have some pretty decent acceleration top speed, so yeah. So yeah, definitely don't underestimate it, so yeah, and again, all the Cupid Arrow members use an Eclipse, so yeah. And there we go. All done and dusted. Very long night, that one. And it's coming to an end now, because you got some interesting dialogue here. Looking toward the entrance of the park, and you spotted the machine from your earlier battle pulling in. Soon stepping out of the car was a woman wearing striking pure white Leah fashion, staying out even on the night-lit Shuto Expressway. Good evening, Heart-Baked Spirit. That was quite the battle earlier, wasn't it? You already know this, but I'm the Enchanting White Fairy, the leader of Cupid Arrows. Cupid Arrows is one of the longest standing teams on the Shuto Expressway. I've been racing here for quite some time. I thought I had gained a fair amount of experience, but honestly I may have lost my confidence. Oh, that's not like you. I don't recall entrusting Cupid Arrows to someone so weak-spirited. Midnight Rose. A glamorous woman dressed in an opulent gown. Midnight Rose looked your way with an elegant smile, yet behind her expression her eyes burned fierce with the flames of determination. So you're Heart-Baked Spirit. I'm here to avenge my junior. You'll accept my challenge, won't you? Alright, and we're now Star Leak Spirit. There we go. So yeah, we defeated quite a lot of teams, like I keep saying, so yeah. Do we talk about it now? I think we won't. I think we'll save that for the next part, I think. So yeah, I need to note down who we defeated though, so yeah, I'll probably do that afterwards, but yeah, I can show it, at least. Because we've been going on for a decent amount of time. So yeah, we took on the Pleiades, Another Star, Juicy Heaven, and Kibidaras, and Danchi. So yeah, it was 5 teams, like I said. So yeah, and he didn't defeat any Wanderers. So yeah. So yeah, once again, let's look at perks. Here's again. Actually, let's go back to reference. Let's think about this. So yeah, what cards do we need for Wanderers? So yeah, Mortar Clown, we need a BB. We need the Mark 10, although we can't lock it yet. We need the 1 ESX. We need an Alto, so we need to unlock that too. We need a Rotary card. We need an FR card, but we already drawn those. We need a Fairly Z, which we also can't lock yet. Alright, so yeah, let's have a look at Petri again. Can work towards some of those, but yeah, for right now, what we should think about is the Toyota BB, which only costs 3 PP. The Suzuki Alto, which is right here, which costs like a little bit of BP, and then right catch that, and then the 1 ESX. So there we go. That's good. Now we can start thinking about maybe something else. Thinking. I mean, we are going to buy those cars, so maybe I do want to cheapen the price a little bit. I mean, I'm also going to cheapen the price of Aero and the cars themselves. There we go. There's also this, but we'll talk about that later. It's more relevant later. Do I want this? I think I will take it. And I think that'll be good for now. I think I'm going to save the rest of my BP, I think, so yeah. Alrighty, so yeah. When we start taking on the Wanderers, I'll go buy them. Because we don't need to buy them right now. We'll see. I guess another thing to consider is, what about the other cars we can't get yet? You gave the Mark 10 and the Fairly Z. So the Mark 10 is right here. We need to unlock the Chaser first. But luckily though, thanks to unlocking the BB, we can get the Chaser and then the Mark 10, so that's no problem. And for the Fairly Z, that's no problem either, because yeah, we need to unlock the Z32 to get the Z33, so yeah, again, that's no problem right there, so yeah. Alright, and then, although there is also the rotary cars too. If you want the RSA, we have a rotary car, but the thing is though, you want the SC RX7, or FD, sorry, because a Wonderland in the game only raises the FD, so I guess we'll start with that. Do I buy both? Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do it. Is again, we're gonna need the FD anyway, so might as well work towards it, right? I think that's good for now, so yeah. Alright. Let's end the part now. So yeah, because it's been going on for a little while again. Again, I probably could talk about the teams, but I think it'll make more sense next part, where I just take on some bosses, I think, so yeah. But anyway, next time, yeah, we're gonna be taking on another boss, Midnight Rose, because again, like I said, we want Rebirth of the Legend completed, so we get engine upgrades, so yeah, that's all we're going to be working towards. And then after that, yeah, we'll talk about the Rival sequel today, in the next part too. And yeah, that'll be mainly what we think about, so yeah, look forward to all of that, and I'll see you guys again for that.